what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is Kyrie Irving better make it with Kevin Durant, make it work with Kevin Durant. So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, be sure to check out our Dreamerspro Podcast, which we have linked in the description below if you haven't checked that out already. So let me just go ahead and get into this topic right here. So, the season is approaching, and the Nets are up and running, and reporters are beginning to ask players questions again, and different reporters are looking for different storylines to tell. And there's one particular storyline out there that that's pretty intriguing to me, and it's the whole Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, LeBron James triangle that's out there. So if many of you guys don't know, Kyrie Irving had made some comments about his new teammate Kevin Durant that I want to address in this video here, and I think is really important. So let me just read the comments that Kyrie Irving said, which is, one thing I've always been comfortable with was I feel like I was the best option on every team I played with down the stretch. This is what Kyrie Irving said. This is the first time in my career where I can look down and be like, that MF can make that shot too, and he'd probably do it a lot easier. You know what I mean? I feel like, okay, well, if it's not really, it's not really so much deferring, because in past situation, if I take that last shot, I felt guilty. Kyrie also added, not that I didn't say that I didn't have trust in my teammates, but I felt like I was the best option. And we all remember when Kyrie Irving made that comment, right? And he made it, and we all know how everyone was going to take it. It was like he was taking a shot at Lebron James, because he was saying, down the game, I'm always the best option to take big shots. And y'all remember that shot that he hit, at the game of in Game 7 in the NBA Finals to put the Cavaliers ahead. He hit that shot, the step back three-pointer in the face, of Stephen Curry, that ultimately sealed that NBA title. We all remember that, and we all know Kyrie's clutch, and we all know he's a very good jump shooter, right? However, Kyrie Irving must have known by making that comment, by making that statement, you were going to attract the type of attention that you did by people saying, hey, listen, why are you taking indirect shots at LeBron James? Now, this story had died down for a long time, up until just yesterday, when LeBron James responded to those comments that Kyrie Irving made. And that's the reason that's the thing that prompted me to want to make this video here. So let me just read what LeBron James said. He goes, I played with Kyrie for 3 seasons. The whole time I was there, I only wanted to see him be MVP of our league. I only cared about his success, and it just didn't align. And we was able to win a championship. That's the craziest thing. We were still able to win a championship, and we could never align. But I only cared about his well-being, both on and off the floor, and it kind of hurt me a little bit. Now, first of all, I want to commend LeBron, because those statements are very, forthcoming. He was very open, and he was very honest. For him to even say, listen, I was hurt by what Kyrie Irving said, I think is very honest. In the world that we live in today, God forbid, of being honest about how you feel, oh my God, you soft, son, da-da-da-da-da, and all of that. So I commend LeBron James for saying, for saying that. However, let's talk about the history that LeBron James and Kyrie Irving have had. All right. When Kyrie Irving won his championship, that's the season I'm going to focus on, because that's the season that really matters. When he won his championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers, his first after LeBron already won 2 with the Miami Heat. For that season, Kyrie Irving averaged 19.6 points per game, 1.1 steals, 4.7 assists, 3 rebounds. He shot 88% from the free throw line, 32% from the 3, and 44.8% from the field. In the playoffs, he shot 25.2 points per game. He got you 1.7 steals, 4.7 assists, 3 rebounds, shot 87.5% from the free throw line, 44% from the 3, and 47.5% from the field. Kyrie Irving had sensational numbers. What did LeBron James do in that same time in the playoffs that season? He averaged 26.3 points per game, got you 1.3 blocks, 2.3 steals, 7.6 assists, 9.5 rebounds. He shot 66% from the free throw line, 34% from the 3, and 52% from the field overall. And they had a very successful run, and they won the NBA title. Now, looking at those two guys' numbers during their playoff run especially, Kyrie Irving and LeBron James had great numbers. Kyrie averaged over 25. LeBron averaged over 25. They basically averaged about 50 points per game together. So him and LeBron playing together worked. They had very good chemistry, and it benefited Kyrie Irving. Secondly, LeBron James was the perfect teammate for Kyrie Irving. The perfect teammate for Kyrie Irving. And I think he was probably going to be an even better teammate than Kevin Durant. That's what I think. Here's why. Number one, LeBron James is an unselfish star. He doesn't mind deferring, right? Some people hold it against him and say, hey, listen, Jordan wouldn't do that. Well, that's fine. If you want to make that argument, that's fine. But today we're not talking about LeBron James or Michael Jordan. If you play with LeBron James and you're a scorer like Kyrie Irving, how wouldn't you be happy with playing with him on the court? Now, granted, you may not like his personality, you may not like some of the things that he does with his passive aggressiveness, all of these different things. I understand that. But on the court, LeBron James is perfect for your game. Now, some people may say, hey, listen, LeBron James, the ball sticks with him too much. But we're going off of the evidence that we have. They had great numbers together, and you won a title. And you never won a title before, and you haven't won a title since. So obviously, he's the best teammate you've ever had. Secondly, and this is even more important, when things go wrong, LeBron James usually is going to be the one that takes all of the blame. Usually. Why? Because he's the biggest star. So if the Cavaliers didn't win, if they didn't do well, they're always most likely going to point in his direction. Now, yes, we know LeBron has been known for pushing blame to different teammates and saying this guy did and this guy. But overall, if they didn't win a title or something like that happened, they're going to point the finger at LeBron because he's the best player on the team. So you're playing with the guy that benefits the way you play your game, that if things go wrong, he's most likely going to take the brunt of the blame if we're talking about the general media. And you're making these type of comments about him. Now, granted, given the fact that Kyrie Irving did hit that shot at the end of Game 7 to put them up, maybe Kyrie Irving wanted more credit to say, hey, listen, I'm the one that hit that shot. But it doesn't go like that because LeBron is the biggest star. And to be honest, he's a better player. So obviously people are going to give him the credit. That's just part of the game. That's just kind of what happens. You saw Shaq and Kobe playing when they went back to back, when they won 3 championships in a row. At the end of those finals, Shaq was saying, I'm playing with the best player in the world. But Shaq still got the MVP, right? I mean, that's kind of how it goes. So after these comments that you're making about LeBron James, I got to say this to Kyrie Irving and maybe in some of his fans. You better win a title with LeBron James, man. You better win. I mean, with Kevin Durant. You better go out there and win it because you can't be making these kind of comments at LeBron and first of all say, hey, listen, I don't know why people are taking it. What do you mean you don't know why people are taking it that way? How else did you think people were going to interpret it? It looks like you're taking a shot at the dude. And now LeBron looks like the bigger man because he's coming out and saying, hey, all I wanted was for you to succeed. And given the fact that that was the only person that you've won in your career that you won a title with, it gives it makes him look like the sympathetic figure in the public. Because like, dude, people are like, how you gonna say that about LeBron, man? He helped you get a title, and now you're saying this about, and then he's saying that he wanted you to succeed, and then the evidence is there that he's the one he deferred to you in many different situations, and you've closed out a lot of different games, and you have an NBA title with the dude, and now you're coming out and saying this. So when I saw this, I said to myself, man, this is making Kyrie Irving look very bad. Now, he's a very great player, no doubt about it. However, on a team, you also have to mesh with personalities. It's not just how you play. You're playing with other human beings. It's not like you're out there playing with robots. So you have to be kind of conscious of the things that you say. You have to have a higher level of emotional intelligence. I mean, you must know that. So for me, I think Kyrie Irving better make it work with Kevin Durant because, listen, as of today, the only championship you have came when you were with LeBron James. LeBron has 3 other championships without you. He had 2 before he met you, and he had 1 after he left you. So Kyrie Irving better make it work with KD. And I think that those comments now, given the fact of what LeBron James is saying, were totally unnecessary. But hey, listen, this is what I think. Some of you guys are going to feel differently. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about this back and forth between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James? And do you think that Kyrie Irving needs to win a title with Kevin Durant? Otherwise, it just makes him look bad. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, be sure to check out our other video that we have on Kevin Durant, linked at the end of this video if you haven't seen that one. Make sure you guys check that out. Once again, it's just Charles here from Dreamers Pro. Wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.